Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. We are live, and I am going to check the audio. It seems that we were running the audio on the wrong microphone last week. So hopefully the audio is better now. I might get a little feedback while I check this on my other system. Test, test. All right, that sounds a lot better. So we are live, and let us see what we are looking at. It's a little bit pre-market, and I will look over the open trades that I've got here before the market opens. So it did close on my 30-year bond options. It closed the call side. I did open this week a new put at 107. I sold that at 16, and we're about even. Let me just, since we're new at this again, my name is Malachi. I am showing the options trades that I make. I make these on a daily basis. I spend about 15 to 30 minutes a day doing this. And I had quite a few of my friends ask me to show them how to do it. So I decided to just stream this live on my YouTube channel now. I created this one. That was an old channel from something else that didn't really take off. So I decided to change the name, make some videos. I am not a financial advisor. What I'm showing you is solely showing you what I'm doing and trying to help people learn how to do it on their own. If you are here, I do have the chat screen pulled up and I can see it, and I will try to answer questions as I go. I won't claim to know everything. I just know some stuff. So, Amazon, I am holding 100 shares. I did sell a covered call on those 100 shares 17 days ago. So I sold that for $4.15, which means I bring in $415 on that. And currently we're about $8.40. That's going to expire in August. I also have a put credit spread, and we are very close to the money as Amazon has pulled back. And what we'll do on that is, if it's in the money, we'll just keep rolling it out and collecting more premium, or we have to close it for a loss if it doesn't close. Google, I'm holding 100 shares. I picked those up. I got assigned at 370, currently at 356. I sold that covered call for $2.20, and currently we're at $1.57. I will just let that expire at the end of this week, and I will sell the next covered call out probably 3 to 6 weeks out and just collect premium on that until it gets called away from me. I'm fine with that. QQQ, this is the main bread and butter, and what you'll see on this, if we go to the trade sheet, I trade 7 days out, and then I trade a lot of stuff like 6 to 7 weeks out. And the bounce up last week closed a lot of my trades. So I have all those closed in profit, both the calls when it dipped and the puts credit spreads. SLV is silver. I'm holding 100 shares. It's a silver ETF. I am holding 100 shares. Got assigned that at 70. When silver was higher, I just have to wait for silver to recover because the options on that are pretty lean right now. If we were to go out, say, to there and try and sell it at 70, it's $28. I'll wait until it goes up and try and make a little bit more on that. SpaceX. I sold the SpaceX put. I had the 150. It closed when it bounced up. 3 days ago, I sold the SpaceX put for 145 at 390. I'm completely good with getting assigned SpaceX on these. These are naked but cash covered because it's a margin account. I do have the cash to cover this if it gets assigned. And my thought process is, if I get assigned at 145 and we stay in this range, I will turn right around and sell the 150 or the 145 calls on it and collect $300 to $500 a week on that. Sounds like my son's in the background having lots of fun. SPY, that's the S&P 500 ETF. I also trade the S&P 500 ETF, and this is out for July 30th, so it's 27 days out. Not quite time for me to manage that, but it is up $159. It does have a set to close that reaches 65 cents. So we're very close to closing that. That is the recap of what I've got open. And let's look at where I'm looking for my trades for today. When the market opens, I will be looking at QQQ and SPY mostly. QQQ opened down. Let me see if I have. So QQQ was at 725. This doesn't show pre-market trading. When the market opens, this should open around 717 on the pre-market. And I will be trading a put credit spread or two on QQQ for 7 days out this morning. The target on this account is to make $200 a day. And I don't necessarily trade just for that, but that's my target. If you'll see up here, my theta, which is the time decay, my theta is 211. So that says if everything stays the same, the premium that I've sold will decay and it will drop. I'll make $211 a day. And here's the market open, and let's see. Yep, we open at 218. I want to jump in on that. And we're going to start with 7 days. We're going to look on this. This blue line is one standard deviation. That's a little bit high on the 20 delta. I'm going to trade right in here, the 16 to 10 delta, and I try and trade on 5s and 10s because there tends to be a little bit more liquidity. So I'm going to sell the 690 put. And I'm going to buy back the 670 put for $1.33. So I'm risking 2,000 is my max loss on that, with the goal of making about 128. So I will probably close that at 40 cents. So 128 minus 40 would be 88. Is my target on $2,000 in a week, 4.4%, and I'm going to trade two of those. And we're moving up quickly, I think, on that. So maybe not. Let's see here. See if we get that traded. Okay, so the trade's in. It's sold at 124. So we're collecting $124 in premium on each of those contracts, two contracts. And I'm going to look to close that at 40 cents. I'm automatically just going to set this to close so it closes when I am not paying attention. So all I did is buy to close, sell to close. Since I sold to open and bought to open, I just do the opposite. Close them. Set it for 40 cents, and I change it to good till canceled. And boom. That is done. Next thing we're going to run into is we're going to check SPY. And we're going to do the same thing on SPY. It opened down. We're going to run 7 days out. We're going to run to probably the 16 delta here. I'm going to roll up to the 18, so 740. And we're going to go 20 wide on that today. 747.20, 95 cents. So it's not quite as good profit, which is why I like the Qs better. A little higher volatility, a little more premium. We got that for 95. We're going to set it to close at 30. And so that should be about 65 cents. So on the other ones, we were, what was that? That's set. All right, let's go look at these positions and see what else I need to do. So we sold this one for $1.65, 64, and I set it to close at 40. Two of them, so that gives us 200. SPY gives us another 60, 280. And I might take one more trade. Let's just take a look at if there's anything that looks exciting. And we're 5 minutes into the market open. Market's still moving down some. Nvidia's up. All my Nvidia positions closed when it bounced back up. Oh, you know what I can do? Let's look at this. Do I have anything out? I've got a 39. I might wait on this and not trade that August 28th contract yet. You know what? I think that's it. I don't really see anything that's popping out at me right away. I'm sure there's a ton of stuff, but part of it is I've made the trades I want to make. And sometimes I just need to remember that I don't need to push it. So everything's kind of down this morning. QQQ's down, but we're in pretty low on that 690. And the rest of these are probably going to close soon anyway. So they would have to go down another 25 points before we would be in any risk in the next week. So that's it. I see there's some people popped in and popped out, but as always, feel free to ask your questions. I will not be on the rest of the week. I'm helping some friends out with some stuff, so I will be busy all week, and I'll just have to trade on the fly, but I won't be at my computer. So I will see you guys next Monday, unless I jump on in the afternoon because I see something cool to show you. I will talk to you later as my phone beeps at me.